Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute team comparison. The performance of different groups in history varies. Some performed well while others presented poor performance. The Manhattan Project was a plan initiated by the Americans to create an operational atomic bomb. The development of the atomic weapon required the engagement of the U.S. military and other highly skilled scientific personnel. On the other hand, the Tuskegee Institute was founded in 1881 as a school for African American teachers. The school fulfilled George Campbell and Lewis Adams's dream of providing black people with formal education. This essay elucidates the differences and similarities between the Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute teams. There exist various dissimilarities between the Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute teams. Firstly, a significant disparity is noticeable in the funding of the two teams. The then United States President Franklin Roosevelt made the Manhattan Project team the highest priority. He approved funding of $2 million to be used in developing the weapon before Germany did. The American theoretical physicist Robert Oppenheimer was chosen by the Army to be in charge of the laboratory creating the atomic bomb. Moreover, the Tuskegee Institute team received a small amount of funding from the government. Alabama provided the institute with $2,000 only to be used in paying teachers' salaries but failed to fund the purchase of equipment, land, and buildings. Furthermore, there is a difference in the circumstances surrounding the formation of the Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute teams. The Manhattan Project was initiated due to Albert Einstein's discovery of Germany's intention to create an atomic weapon and relayed the information in a letter to President Franklin Roosevelt. Differently, the Tuskegee Institute was founded as a result of the agreement between W. F. Foster, a candidate in Alabama seeking re-election to the Senate, and Lewis Adams, a black leader. Foster had promised to push for the establishment of a school for the African Americans in the county if Adams could convince black people to vote for him. Foster was re-elected, and he followed through with a school for colored teachers. Despite having differences, the Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute teams had some similarities. The two groups were successful in achieving their primary objectives. The Manhattan Project team successfully developed a functional atomic bomb that was used in World War II. Similarly, the Tuskegee Institute team was influential in establishing a school for the colored community in Alabama. Also, there is a similarity in managing both the Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute teams. The leaders were highly skilled and qualified. Work performance incorporates how an individual accomplishes a particular task, role, or job. The work performance of the Manhattan Project team played a significant part in the achievement of their objective. Several scientists in the project were devoted and motivated to research nuclear fission and create the atomic bomb. Also, the work performance of the Tuskegee Institute team was vital in the successful establishment and running of the school. The group dedicated most of their time and resources to ensure the school was being effectively managed. There are several differences and similarities between the Manhattan Project and the Tuskegee Institute teams. The two groups differ in the number of funds made available by the government. The Manhattan Project was highly funded, while the Tuskegee Institute was not well funded. Furthermore, there is a difference in circumstances surrounding the creation of the two groups. The Manhattan Project was initiated due to Einstein's letter to Franklin Roosevelt, while the Tuskegee Institute was due to the agreement between Adams and Foster. Also, both groups share some similarities, including the achievement of the objectives and their effective management and leadership.